You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge
BAMFY.
Order in the court. The right and honorable Judge Bamfi will now preside over the case of Quacky Robinson versus seemingly everyone he works with.
Today we have the case of the defendant Quacky Robinson versus Adam Davies, Sam Klukas, Harry Sutar, Danny Batth, his ex-wife, his football coach, his local bank teller, and finally Cheryl Cole. Quacky, you have been charged with sending a series of abusive tweets towards your players. What do you plead?
Not guilty, brother.
Okay, so this tweet isn't you.
No, sir.
And this one.
No, sir.
And this one.
Okay, no, that one I'll take credit for. I ain't letting anyone else take credit.
THEYRE all on the same account.
You see that's easily explained. I was struggling to sleep the other night, so I took some sleeping pills, as you do, knocked me spark out. I woke up the next morning, something just didn't feel right. It turned out, middle of the night, a group of ninja dolphins snuck into my room, went on my phone, and sent those other tweets, you see.
Understandable, but the last tweet.
Well, you see or not, but I decided to use my contacts to create a recreation of the As you can see, so if anyone's mental health was put through the ringer following those events, it was my own.
Objection! He called me a sheep-shagging waste man. That's racism. He even told me to go back to my own country.
Well, I mean, Brexit does mean Brexit. So.
In Welsh, you fuck.
My point exactly. Stop taking jobs from hard-working British citizens.
Order, objection overruled, and one more swear word out of you and I'll hold you in contempt. We'll be back after this break.
Yes, what is good, boys and girls, and welcome back to Quacky TV, the only series where a football match is fine to try and break out during a courtroom drama. As you can see though, legal issues to the back now. It's time for the boys to take centre stage. There's clearly tensions in the squad, and it's only going to get worse. But for now, your Stoke City boys versus some brethren who come out wearing pink and think they're somehow going to be intimidating. Boys and girls, we all know what's coming next. Peterborough are about to get the treatment. I can't wait. I'm sure you can't. And it is That's All Sam, folks, finding Rabbi Motondo, who's going to get out wide to Big Carl. Yes, his new nickname is just going to be Carl. I still have no idea how to actually pronounce his last name. And Carl seems like a good compromise. Peterborough, though, do come forward. Big ISA, no, not ISIS, but believe me, just as obstructive. Speaking as... I don't even know, I'm too annoyed to speak English now. Speaking of destruction, Danny Batth, looking like the water might have gone a bit rotten, because that is one of the most ridiculously stupid challenges I've ever seen someone do. Here is Big Dembele, not Musa, not Usman, not Karamako, some other fraud Dembele. Speaking of frauds though, Adam Davies is still a sheep-shagging waste man. Not sure if he's Welsh, but based on that attempt, I'm pretty sure he must have been up all night with some sort of animal, because believe me, he's definitely got some sort of disease. One of the most pathetic attempts at a save you're ever going to see. Peterborough 1, Stoke City 0. And the boys truly are Siriki. What a terrible name. Big Rabbi Matondo. The boys looking more like orcs, to finish what I was going to say, than actual players right now. But the football is looking nice. There is Tyrese, the Fancy Dan Campbell. And you see why I hate when players act like Fancy Dan's, going for the chip instead of just smashing it home. And now it's still 1-0. Here is Sam That's All the Hoax. And you're starting to see why I wanted to get the showboatery out of this team in favour of the shithousery. Get the fancy dannery out of this team, because this is what happens. They get cocky, they get full of themselves, and they make mistakes. Someone called Ward scored. Ward! Keep celebrating, you're going to end up in one, you prick. We're getting battered by a team wearing a highlighter. Carl whips it in. Big Harry Suter now on up front because we just needed something. We needed a plan B, and that is Big Harry Suter. And you see what? You see why I often want to kill myself when I make this series and why it takes weeks to upload at a time. Tyrese, the fancy Dan Campbell, 63 minutes on the clock. Can he find something? Can he find anything? The boys looking like Sam Kalukas on a night out. Tyrese looking more like me on one though. Tyrese, as you can see in the top left, it is 2-2. The scoreboard doesn't lie. He put the ball in the back of the net twice. 2-2 to the Stoke. Andrea Zebrafic, the English right winger, with the longest of throws to match his longest of dongs. But Tyrese Campbell finds big Sammy Klukas, drives forward, the captain in waiting finds Suter, and it is Carl for the equaliser. Yes, boys and girls, remember that name, take note, because Carl is here to stay. The young Brazilian who somehow ended up in Trent is bagging for the boys. The Britannia Stadium, because we ain't sponsored by betting companies, is on its feet. But Leon, 83 minutes in, Peterborough have not given up yet. They keep fighting, and Adam Davis still looks like a fish out of water. But boys and girls, that is it for now. Back to your regularly scheduled broadcasting.
Quack, what are your thoughts on the fear that your ongoing court case against your own players could be a distraction to your own players?
What a preposterous idea. The reason we drew today is because my players are terrible footballers. It was not because of my court case. It was not because of my behaviour. It is not my issue if my players are just not particularly good at the sport they're played an obscene amount to play. Peterborough! Peterborough! Who even are they? Their literally most famous person is Sir Alex Ferguson's son. How bad does a team have to be that someone who's been sunned is their famous legend? Preposterous! Ridiculous! Scandalous! Prick.
Now we have a witness to QUACKY's mistreatment, if Sam Klukas would come to the stand.
You see your Banfiness from the first moment Quacky set foot in the training ground. He has been a mean-spirited bully that really hurt my feelings.
Got any evidence of that, you gully waste man?
As it happens,
He poked me in the eye. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
You know what? Firstly, before I go on to my long-winded rant that you're looking forward to, Sam, I'm disappointed in you. When the whole of Stoke, the whole female population, found out you had a small wiener, who was it who took you to the midget brothel so their tiny little baby hands could help you experience what a well-endowed man like myself would feel? It was me. When you got to those... Probably shouldn't mention the pregnancy part. Let's ignore that. But Sam, I'm disappointed in you. Finally though, just a short one. As a young boy, I had oft to watch my family in a state of despair, helpless, alone in disrepute. My dad would so often skip takeaway night. And why, you ask, Your Honour? Because of Tottenham. Because of how awful Tottenham were and continue to be. So yes, when I do leave those messages to Adam Davis, you know who I do it for? I do it for the fans of Stoke City. So those poor starving children don't have to miss out on their nuggies like I did.
With no further evidence, it's time for the jury to deliberate.
Fuck. Boys, with the team in the mud, with our hopes and dreams even further down in the Earth's core, we have to enter the absolute shithole that is Bristol. I'm sure it's actually a very nice town, to be fair. I've never been. Stoke versus Bristol City. Courtroom drama. Results making people question our form. We need a big win here. Danny Bath continuing where he left off, being an absolute brain dead nitwit, buffoon, wasteman, dim-witted prick. Thankfully, Bristol are bottle job pricks as well. But we get forward. Harry Souttar, Tyrese the Fancy Dan, sprinting past Thomas Callas. Can he do it? Can he whip it? Well, he can. Harry Souttar, all 6'7". 6'7" of Harry Souttar can't get on the end of it. Maybe I should stop playing this. No! It's the game that's the issue. Sammy Kalukas, again showing why it's difficult for a ginger to score in a box. But we keep rolling. Sam Kalukas, he's got a great run from the Rabbi Matondo. Why did I not start Carl this match? He literally scored the last game. He was literally the best player on the pitch when he came in the last game, and he has a long throw. Rabbi Matondo is a literal waste man. He might be one of the biggest frauds I've ever signed. Anyway, Sam Kalukas to Nate Chalobah. The football is looking a bit too pretty for me, but if it has the required effect, why do I bother with these absolute idiots? Just put it in the net. I pay you to score. Thank you. Was that difficult, Tyrese? The Fancy Dan Campbell. Nate Collins, one of the few players who actually seems to listen to my instructions. Andrea Zebrafic, the boy from Brentford. Big Carl, the boy from South Wigan. And Tyrese, the Fancy Dan Campbell from parts unknown. Make it 1-0 to the Stoke boys away at Bristol. We may be away, but we're feeling awfully homely right now. Okay, we're feeling awfully homely right now. I'm pretty sure Bristol City's mums tucked us in last night and fed us breakfast in the morning, because believe me, I'm feeling awfully comfortable in their stadium. Zebrafic though whips it. He's 6'7". I'm 6'3" and I'm like 90% sure I've got. Okay, we won. It's fine. It's fine. Back to more of whatever this courtroom drama you lot seem to be binge watching nowadays.
Court is now adjourned and will recommence in 24 hours, as the jury has found you guilty of mistreatment and being an all-round bellend.
I sentence you to a month-long ban between November and December.
Oh, that's not too bad, weirdly female-sounding Banffy.
And a lifelong ban from all expletive and insulting language.
What the feck, Banff? Oh my God, I can't say punk. What the dog, Banffy, you son of an itch? I'll kill you, you winning punt stain.
Court is now adjourned. I've been a big bad Banff man. You've been a WONDEFUL audience GOODYBE.
As you may have heard, too many of your mother's delight. No, I'm not even allowed to insult people anymore. I'm no longer allowed to swear during these videos based on the calling of someone I thought was my friend. Thankfully, we have a very relaxing game against top of the table Fulham. No stress here. None. None at all. I'm not gonna need to. I'm not gonna need to swear here. I'm good. I'm good. The boys kick off against Fulham, and we start quickly. Tyrese Campbell with a ball roll because he's a free spirit and he likes to express himself. And yes, we do. I'd love to get excited, but you know, I'm a bit worried I'll be a bit too exuberant. You know, I'm on probation now. I can't even say it. Yay, we're 1-0 up. Let's go. Go team. The boys in red and white. Can't say they're making them look.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Oh, Oh, delightful. Fulham, the hard-working chaps from London. The West Londoners, because all West Londoners, they're not really well off and really lucky. No, they have to work hard for everything they get. If you're born in West London, it's not a really middle-class neighbourhood full of absolute pleasant individuals. I mean, it is full of pleasant individuals. They definitely haven't just been given a freebie because, you know, it's not like their whole life's a freebie. Bobby D. Cordova-Reid, you know, top quality player, did really well for Cardiff and Fulham in the league. Definitely didn't flop. Definitely not a terrible winger who got forced out to win because he's that awful up front. Oh, what a save from Areola, who definitely is fair to be playing for Fulham in the Championship. Definitely fair. Harry Soot with a delightful pass to Rabbi Matondo, who is letting everyone know that court is now in session with a beautiful... can't even call it a trimp. A beautiful pass across goal to Tyrese Campbell. That is the sort of... shethousery? No, that's probably too close. Kethousery that we all know and love in this Stoke City career mode. Yay. Yay us. Go red team. Tyrese Campbell with, I believe that's his 8th goal. It's very small and I do have the vision of a, nope, can't say a pension, an older gentleman. Nathan Chalobah though, if you don't succeed, try and try again. Hooves up to pitch to Harry. He finds Tyrese, who sees Harry in acres of space. It's a centre back with like 30 pace, sprinting through on goal and putting it away, boys and girls. I'm sorry I doubted you, Harry. Hagrid was right. You are a striker, Harry. What a run, what a finish, what a man the 6'7" lad from down under is. What a beautiful, magnifique finish from the blonde New Zealand Harry Souttar. 3 goals in the Championship, but believe me, plenty of assists. 3-1, and maybe this game will be relaxing after all. Maybe I can sit back, relax. Definitely not angry. Definitely not going to point out that any individual who ever tried to turn on a dime like this would more than likely break their knee and ankle. Definitely not really angry that EA have no idea what joints are. That a bunch of people with literally no legs must probably be working in Vancouver because, you know, this is the only excuse for not really having an idea how legs and joints work. Fulham come forward, but, you know, we're very relaxed. Big Nate Collins gets it clear. Rabbi Matondo takes in the corner. He's going to be calm. He's going to be cool. He's going to be collected. We're good. We're Gucci. We can take a breath. We can take a relaxing hour. We can take a shower if we need to. We are good. Sam vote. Fulham come forward. Christian Fuchs and Nate Chalobah, my 2 slowest players, are the ones back. They're through. Ademola Lookman, but, you know, I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to be a pleasant